What do we know so far from the published studies? And I'm going to restrict my comments to only the published studies. Dr. Bedrosian is going to cover the clinical trials that led to the approval, and she probably has a lot of information on the unpublished studies and personal experiences than I do. But we do know from the published reports that there are 17 situations where Eculizumab has been used. And it's been used to treat atypical aHUS in native kidneys and to prevent or treat post-transplant recurrence. 8 of these 17 were children, so half adults, half children. 6 of them had complement factor H, 2 have C3, 1 have factor I, and others where mutations were not looked for or mutations weren't found, and it isn't necessarily clear from those published reports where they were. And then there is the multi-center prospective phase 2 trials, which Dr. Bedrosian is going to cover. So what do the published studies tell us? Well, they tell us that the relapse of atypical aHUS is not predictable, but you knew that. We know that Eculizumab is effective, and often in a very dramatic way. So dramatic that it doesn't take a genius to look at that picture and say, this drug works. So dramatic that you don't actually have to do statistics or collect 100 cases to say that the drug works. And it's not very often that we come across a drug that has effects like that. We do know that the response is not sustained. So in that first publication, they gave a single dose. The disease appeared to go into remission for several weeks, but it came back. And we know that repeated dosing is necessary. And it appears to be useful in more than one gene defect, not just in complement factor H, but in several other gene mutations. Is it going to be effective in every known mutation? We don't know, but I suspect the answer is yes, if all of them are acting finely through C5 to lead to disease. And so far, as best as I can tell, there are no major side effects when you compare it to what the disease did. And this is the published adverse events that came from the pivotal study of Eculizumab for the disease for which it was approved, paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. And the side effects are really, in my mind, modest.